ends. So that the practic habit, in conjunction with reason, is different from the effective, or productive habit in conjunction with reason. And neither are they contained by each other ; for neither is action affection, nor is affection action. But since the building art is a habit effective in conjunction with reason, and neither is there any art which is not a habit effective in conjunction with reason, nor any such habit which is not art, art and habit effective in conjunction with true reason will be the same. All art, however, is conversant with generation, and machinates and contemplates in order that something may be produced which is capable either of existing or not existing, and of which the principle is in the maker, but not in the thing made. For art neither belongs to things which necessarily are, or are necessarily generated, nor to things which have a natural subsistence ; for these contain in themselves the principle. Since, however, production and action are different, it is necessary that art should pertain to production, but not to action. And after a certain manner, fortune and art are conversant with the same things, as also Agatho says, Art fortune loves, and fortune art. Art, therefore, as we have said, is a certain habit effective in conjunction with true reason. But the privation of art, on the contrary, or the inartificial habit, is a habit effective in conjunction with false reason, about that which may have a various subsistence. CHAPTER 5. With respect to prudence, we shall apprehend what it is, if we survey who those are whom we denominate prudent persons. It appears, therefore, to be the province of a prudent man to be able to consult well about things which are good and advantageous to him, not partially, as about what contributes to health or strength, but about what universally contributes to a happy life. But this is indicated by our calling men prudent about any thing, when they reason well, with a view to some worthy end, in things in which there is no art. So that, in short, he who is adapted to consultation will be a prudent man. No one, however, consults about things which cannot subsist otherwise than they do, nor about things which it is impossible for him to perform. Hence, if science indeed subsists in conjunction with demonstration, but of those things of which the principles may have a various subsistence, of these there is no demonstration. For all these are contingent. And if it is not possible to consult about things which subsist from necessity, prudence will neither be science nor art. It will not be science, because that which is practicable may have a various subsistence. And it will not be art, because the genus of action is different from the genus of production. It remains, therefore, that it is a true habit in conjunction with reason, practical about human good and evil. For the end of production indeed is different from the production. But the end of action is not always different from action. Hence we are of opinion that Pericles and such like persons are prudent men, because they are able to survey what is good for themselves and for mankind. And we also think that economists and politicians are persons of this description. Hence also we call temperance by this name, as preserving prudence. But it preserves an opinion of this kind. For the delectable and the painful do not corrupt or distort every opinion, such as that a triangle has, or has not, angles equal to 2 right, but those opinions which pertain to what is practicable. For the principles indeed of practicable things are those things for the sake of which they are performed. But to him who is corrupted through pleasure or pain, the principle is not immediately apparent, nor does he perceive that for the sake of this, and through this, it is necessary to choose and perform all things. For vice is destructive of the principle. Hence it is necessary that prudence should be a habit in conjunction with true reason, practical about human good. Moreover, of art indeed there is a virtue, but of prudence there is not. And in art, indeed, he who voluntarily errs is to be preferred to him who errs involuntarily. But in prudence, he who voluntarily errs is a subordinate character, in the same manner as in the virtues. It is evident, therefore, that prudence is a certain virtue, and not art. But since there are two parts of the rational soul, prudence will be the virtue of the doxastic part, or that part which forms opinions of things. For both opinion and prudence are conversant with that which may have a various subsistence. Nor yet is prudence a habit alone in conjunction with reason, of which this is an indication, that there may be an oblivion of such a habit, i.e. it may be lost through oblivion, but there cannot be of prudence. CHAPTER 6. Since, however, science is an assent to universals, and things which have a necessary subsistence, but there are principles of things demonstrable, and of every science, for science is accompanied with reason, this being the case, there will neither be science nor art, nor prudence of the principle of the object of science. For the object of science is demonstrable, but art and prudence are conversant with things which may have a various subsistence. Neither, therefore, will wisdom be that through which this principle is known. For it is the province of a wise man to have demonstration about certain things. Hence, if the habits by which we enunciate the truth, and are never deceived about things which cannot, or which can have a various subsistence, are science and prudence, wisdom and intellect, but no one of these three can be the habit by which we know principles, but by the three, I mean prudence, wisdom, and science, it remains that intellect is the habit by which principles are known. CHAPTER 7. We attribute, however, wisdom in the arts to those who are most accurately skilled in the arts. Thus we say that Phidias was a wise sculptor, and Polycletus a wise statuary. Here, therefore, we signify nothing else by wisdom than that it is the virtue of art. But, in short, we think that certain persons are wise, not partially, and that they are not anything else than wise men. As Homer says in his Margites, The gods nor miner him, nor ploughman made, nor wise in anything beside. So that it is evident that wisdom will be the most accurate of the sciences. Hence it is necessary that the wise man should not only know those things which are inferred from principles, or the conclusions of scientific reasoning, but that he should also perceive and enunciate the truth about principles themselves. Wisdom, therefore, will be intellect and science, and will possess as a head or summit the science of the most honourable things, i.e. of divine natures. For it would be absurd for any one to fancy that the political science, or prudence, is a thing of all others the most excellent, unless man is the best of every thing the world contains. If, however, what is salubrious and good is to man one thing, and another to fishes, but that which is white, and that which is straight are always the same, all men will acknowledge that a wise man is the same, but the prudent man is a mutable character. For they will say that the being is prudent who surveys what is excellent in particulars according to the nature of each, and to him they will commit these particulars. Hence also they say that some brutes are prudent, viz. Such as appear to have a providential power about what pertains to their life. It is evident, however, that the political science and wisdom are not the same. For if it should be said that wisdom is that which is conversant with what is useful to mankind, there will be many kinds of wisdom. Since there is not one science which is conversant with the good of all animals, but a different science is conversant with a different good, unless indeed there is one medical science which extends to all beings. Nor is it of any consequence if it should be said that man is the most excellent of all other animals. For there are many animals naturally more divine than man, such as those most apparent beings from which the world is composed. From what has been said, therefore, it is evident that wisdom is the science and intellect of things most honourable by nature. Hence, the multitude say that Anaxagoras and Thales, and such like persons, were indeed wise, but not prudent men, in consequence of perceiving that they were ignorant of what was advantageous to them with respect to a corporeal life. And they say that they knew indeed things superfluous and admirable, difficult and divine, but which are useless, because they did not investigate human good. Prudence, however, is conversant with human affairs, and with those things which are the subjects of consultation. For we say that this is especially the work of a prudent man, to consult well.